The international break is over and the EFL Championship has returned. We are up to game week 6 of the 2023/24 EFL Championship season. And here are my following predictions for the 12 fixtures this week. We start off where Hull City welcome Coventry City. Hull City, last time out, they picked up a victory against a Leicester City side who had gone undefeated up until these two sides faced each other. Hull, they ended up winning the game 1-0. Coventry City, they took part in a high-scoring game last time out, a 3-3 draw against Watford. It's a good game to get us started again on the Friday night. I'm just going to edge it to Coventry City though. I'm going to go for a 2-1 away win. We move on now to Ewood Park, the first Saturday fixture. Blackburn Rovers against Middlesbrough. Blackburn, last time out, losing 3-0 against Plymouth Argyle. Middlesbrough, still bottom of the table, still yet to pick up their first win of the season. Last time out, losing 2-0 against Queen's Park Rangers. I think it's going to end all square in this game. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. We move on to Ashton Gate, where Bristol City are taking on West Bromwich Albion. Bristol City picked up a 2-1 victory against Swansea City in their last game, where West Brom did lose 2-1 against Huddersfield Town. This one is going to be another tight game. I am just going to edge it to the Baggies though in this one for a 1-0 away win. We move on to the John Smith Stadium, where Huddersfield Town take on Rotherham United. Huddersfield, as I mentioned above, beating West Bromwich Albion 2-1 in their last game. Rotherham United picked up a very good victory themselves though last week as well, after defeating Norwich City in that 2-1 win for the Millers. It's going to be another close game. Both sides did well in their previous fixtures. I'm going to back the home side though in this game, and Huddersfield Town to pick up back-to-back wins in a 2-1 win. We move on to Carrow Road, where Norwich City take on Stoke City. Norwich, as I mentioned above, losing 2-1 against Rotherham in their last game. Stoke City have failed to score in their last two games. Most recent game, a 2-0 defeat against Preston North End. I've said before that Stoke City can be one of those sides that go absolutely mental on their day and score a load of goals, or they just don't turn up at all. Against a Norwich City side who obviously will want to be looking to bounce back after picking up their first defeat of the season, I'm going to go for a high scorer in this one, but I'm going to back the Canaries to come away with a 3-2 home win. On to Deepdale, where Preston North End are taking on Plymouth Argyle. Preston are top of the table, undefeated so far with 4 wins and a draw. Their opponents, Plymouth Argyle, beating Blackburn Rovers 3-0 in their last game. Plymouth, they've done a really good job after coming up from League One so far. Against the Preston North End side though, the defence, it's really stubborn. We've got one of the best defences in the league, but we're just one of those sides that if we are going to be beat, we will make sure that we are properly beat. Like, we will concede 3 or 4 goals. But as of yet, that hasn't happened. And we've kept a rock-solid defence. So, yeah, it could go either two ways here. We could see a really close game, or we could be demolished. But I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in this one. I do feel, with the start that we have had, coming up against the League One side should be easy. But I don't want to underestimate Plymouth with the season they've had so far. So I'm just going to go for a 1-1 draw in this game. Next up, on to Loftus Road. Queen's Park Rangers taking on Sunderland. QPR beat Middlesbrough 2-0 in their last game. Sunderland, absolute amazing performance, beating Southampton 5-0 in their last game. They started off the season a bit shaky, but I think maybe we can safely say they're coming back into it now. And I'm going to back Sunderland to pick up a 2-1 away win in this game. We move on to Hillsborough, where Sheffield United, they finally picked up their first point of the season. It was a very good point actually against Leeds United, a 0-0 draw. Coming up against Ipswich Town, another side that came up from League One, but they've done absolutely outstanding so far. Second place currently, 4 wins and a defeat. Beat Cardiff City 3-2 in their last game, and I back them to beat Sheffield Wednesday in this game also. I am going to back both sides to score, but I'm going to go for a 3-1 Ipswich Town away win in this one. And then On to St Mary's, where Southampton are taking on Leicester City. We've got a Premier League clash here. What a game it should be. Southampton, so far they've scored a load of goals, they have conceded a load of goals, and hopefully it's going to be a very good game. I am going to go for a draw, 2-2 in this one. We move on to Vicarage Road, where Watford are taking on Birmingham City. Birmingham City, they are also undefeated. 3 wins, 2 draws so far, currently in 4th place. Coming up against the Watford side, who, they could be due a manager switch very, very soon. They drew 3-3 against Coventry in their last game, and they look really good at the start of the season, beating Queen's Park Rangers 4-0. They have scored goals. They've just not managed to pick up a win since their opening day game. I'm going to go for a win in this one for the Hornets, and it's going to be Birmingham City's first defeat of the season. I'm going to go for a narrow 1-0 home win for Watford in this one, which may come as a bit of a surprise because obviously Birmingham, they've had a wonderful start to the season. They drew 1-1 against Millwall in their last game, and they've just been solid so far. But that first defeat is going to come, and I feel like we're going to see it in this game. So 1-0 home win to Watford. To the Cardiff City Stadium, where we are treated to a South Wales derby. This one's going to be a very good one. 2 teams not in the greatest of form, but of course, for these types of games, form does not matter. Just going off recent history, Swansea have usually demolished Cardiff. I know Swansea haven't scored that many goals so far this season, but as I said, all of that goes out the window. Just going off the head-to-head between these 2 sides, it should be a win for Swansea City, but just anything like an early red card could just completely change the game in these derby games. I am going to back Swansea. I'm going to go for a nice, comfortable 3-0 away win, but anything could happen in this game. We finish off on the Sunday where Millwall take on Leeds United. Leeds United not had a good start at all. Picking up a 0-0 draw against Sheffield Wednesday in their last game, definitely not good enough. Millwall, they've been a bit 50-50 so far this season, but I am going to finish off with a Millwall home win. I will back both sides to score, but I'm going to go for a 2-1 home win. And that wraps up my Game Week 6 score predictions. If you did enjoy, please do leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. I'll see you all next time.